turned itself around in just a few years, having kind of remade the roster. From what you've seen from the way Reeve operates, can you see how you get a sense of how she's been able to do that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I always knew Coach Reeve was a basketball mind, but I mean, when I really sat with her in my first meeting, when we were sitting in her office, first I was really just absorbing the legacy in her office, the basketballs, the trophies, the champagne bottles, and then just sitting there and really talking basketball with her. It's amazing to see how her mind works. And you also don't get her humor. Yeah, you don't get that from the outside. I always thought she was really just hard-nosed, straightforward woman, and she is, mind you, but yeah, she's got some jokes and she'll get you. If you're not ready, she's quick and witty, and that is something that I've learned firsthand.
A quick follow-up. I mean, you saw this team compete for titles for 8 years, and then lose all those players except Sil and remain in the playoffs. Were you surprised to see that as a player from the outside?
No. I mean, Coach Reeve is your GM as well. She's making decisions as well to who to bring in. And when you have a mind like that, there's no such thing as a rebuild. It's just a reload. And yeah, you lost the legacy of these great players and the careers they had, but you have to see who's coming in too. And Coach Reeve is bringing in players that have a similar mindset, a similar approach, a similar sacrifice for the team. She's built a culture here. It's not about the individual 11. It's this. It's the Lynx organization, the team that she's built.
Chris Long, go ahead.
Hey, Natalie, yeah, that kind of leads into my other question. How long did it take to get the sense for that? I mean, we throw the word culture around in sports all the time, but how long did it take to get that sense that, wow, this really is an organization that is wired the right way to go after a champion?
Day one. That was the tone that was set. It was verbally expressed, as well as, I mean, when you have Crystal and you have Rachel and you have Bridget and you have Sil and they're coming in day one ready to go, you know that's something that just amps you up and something that's expected out of you. And that was, like I said, verbally expressed to us in what we're doing on and off the court. And then it was also showed up in our play and how she wanted us to play and when she was pushing us and when she was taking a step back and teaching. That mentality is something that's ingrained in everybody, from my individual workouts with Planette or Brunson, and then when we got together as a team.
Mike Grimm, go ahead.
As you're kind of integrating in with some other newcomers, you're getting kind of that chemistry. And how long do you think it'll be before you guys are maybe, obviously with two players still coming in as well, when do you think you'll hit, all cylinders, so to speak?
Only time will tell. I think we've had some moments though already where we're clicking. I'm just thinking about one in practice today where like a couple plays earlier, Rachel and I had talked about just coming off a ball screen and hitting me late instead of looking right away. And literally 2 plays later, like it was like we've been running that pick and roll over and over and over. So we just need to be put in situations that are going to bring out who we are as players. And we're getting those in practice by competing against each other, especially yesterday and today as well, getting that 5-on-5 and that opportunity to compete. And it's hard to do when you're just going like 5-on-0 and you need to get into situations and push yourself. And we'll see that also this weekend when we get to, with our exhibition game against Washington, once again, getting in situations that we challenge each other and really figure out who we are as players. And that's where that chemistry and that click kind of comes from.
Yeah. How much are you looking forward to playing against another team again? After another hard week of camp, Coach Reeve has talked about she's ramped it up a little this week.
Yeah, she's definitely ramped it up. So I'm excited to go against other people this weekend. And it's also, I think, a little secondary challenge is that we didn't play how we wanted to in Atlanta. I know it was new and I know it was just after a week of training camp, but I expect so much more out of us. Like, it's so easy to see how we compete in practice and to expect us to be even better when we get these challenges and get to play against other teams. So I'm excited to beat up on other people instead of my teammates.
Erica, go ahead.
Thank you. Natalie, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the role that you've played for the Players Association, and particularly a lot that the players took on last year. you don't really even have to look past Minneapolis and Minnesota to know that, whether we're talking COVID or racial and social injustice, that things have changed from 2020, but they haven't gone away. I'm just wondering, for you, and then maybe extending that to the PA and conversations you've had so far, what do you expect the approach to be to a lot of the things that the WNBPA quite literally put on their backs last year?
You're exactly right. It's just another year and nothing's gone away. Yes, we might have seen some improvements or seen some of the work that we did behind the scenes help things, but it's never over. So with me personally being in Minnesota now and with at the forefront of a lot of social injustice that we've seen and police brutality that we've seen here, I think for me, it's really just embedding myself in Minnesota. It's a lot of new for me. So I'm trying to figure out where I can help, where I can fit. My vision never changes. I've always said it, to whom much is given, much is required. Just because I wear a different jersey now, that doesn't change who I am. It's just, I'm trying to figure out where I can fit in, where I can help. Do I physically need to be in, whether it's in youth homes or working with the Boys and Girls Club? I did a video for them. Like, where can I really embed myself in this community? And that's kind of where I'm shuffling with right now. And then as a Players Association, a lot on our vaccine awareness and our vaccine education. I don't want to give you numbers yet. I'm gonna let the PA come with that, or how many players are vaccinated. But I know that was something big for me, is making sure that not only am I talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk. I got my J&J back in Indiana before I even came to Minnesota. So that's where we're at right now. And once again, it's always said the PA is not new to it. We're true to it. So we're always going to continue to push the envelope and figure out where can we use this platform? How can we individually in our individual cities help? And as a whole, what's next?
Quickly, also, I wanted to ask a little bit about I believe they were grants that you were giving away through the Madam C.J. Walker Legacy and Foundation. And I believe that was Indiana specific. So I'm just curious what that will look like for you moving forward.
That's a great question. That was an amazing partnership that we were able to give away to 4 grant winners. We were able to give away money for them to, it's a whole combination. So they actually got education in terms of marketing, in terms of financially, and also there was a third one the group was doing, but the Madam Walker Legacy Center has been a great partner in that, and taking that, my vision, and kind of making it come to life, and to be able to work directly with these women, in Black women in their businesses at home. So yeah, that was specific to Indiana. I don't know what's going to happen next, if I create something similar in Minnesota, or if we just continue to work with Legacy Center, but we'll see. Something will happen. If you know me, something will happen. It's just a matter of time and figuring out what the best way will be.
Any other questions for Nat? Awesome. Thank you, Natalie.
Hi, Holly.